But we begin, ladies and gentlemen, the training video. As you can see here, basically it's like to go ahead and hit legs at home. This is actually Sunday of this week. I know it's Saturday as I'm uploading it, but yeah, work schedule has been crazy. But anyways, you can see here, basically I'm doing some squats with the earthquake bar. Very much working my stability because back to feel a little snapped up from going super heavy. Did manage to finally hit 345 after a long period of going light. And then a few days later, my body was like, okay, back to up on the weight before you snap some stuff up. So as you can see here, I got from one angle, switching over to another angle. So you can see me basically warming up with one kettlebell, then two kettlebells, and of course you guys already know my routine. Bar adjust, then change. So basically I kind of did a reverse pyramid set all the way up, and then all the way back down before moving on. Yeah, I also like to give a quick shout out to Lifting Dead. I meant to post this video yesterday, but due to some unexpected change in my schedule, I ended up doing my narration today versus yesterday. But anyway, one thing that Lifting Dead had on this site that was actually pretty good was Friday fun facts. So my fun fact I wanted to do would actually be Streets of Rage actually being 25 years right now. Yes, the game Streets of Rage with Sega Genesis is now 25 years old. For you guys that don't know, basically Streets of Rage when it first came out, it was kind of a cross between Double Dragon and Final Fight, especially with the first game on the Genesis, and likewise the Master System. And while the first game graphically looked more like a Master System game than a Genesis game, the audio quality was almost PlayStation quality on the Genesis. Well, if you had a Master System Game Gear, yeah, it was still 8-bitty, but it was an awesome game. Gameplay was basically like that of Golden Axe with Double Dragon-like graphics, but at the same time, the special moves were freaking insane. Where they could pretty much, a special move was you could actually have a whole squad car come out of nowhere and just blow up everything on the screen. I repeat, your special move back in the day was a police car coming out of nowhere, blowing up everything on the screen. How awesome was that? And then of course, 2 and 3 graphics were actually more like that of Final Fight, a little bit better than Final Fight. And special moves were still insane, not to that point, but still pretty good. But anyway, after doing all those squats, I decided to go ahead and keep the XBar where it was on the last drop set. And from there, do some calf raises to feel how it would be like. And I'm gonna tell you this, it was a lot rougher doing it with this bar than with a regular barbell. But yeah, Streets of Rage 2 and 3 is two of the best games for Sega Genesis. If you have access to an emulator or a real Genesis hardware, download and play those games now. And the the soundtrack of both of those games is freaking awesome, especially 2. 3, kind of give or take. If you're into techno, it's good. Otherwise, you may not like 3. But anyway, after doing that, I decided to go ahead and do a superset. And from here, as you can see here, it's actually a superset of me doing dumbbell squats with dumbbell Romanian deadlifts and finally dumbbell calf raises. So you can see here, basically I'm trying to get a little more calf work into this workout as well as hit as many muscle groups as humanly possible. Because like one of those days I only had like a little over an hour to finish on my leg routine, so I want to make it as quick and efficient as humanly possible. Yeah, kind of going back to Streets of Rage. Soundtrack in that game, basically the first 2 were pretty much had the same art director as Revenge Shinobi. Another awesome game for the Genesis / Mega Drive for you guys who are in the UK. So yeah, definitely check out both of those games. Awesome soundtracks galore, which is why they actually are on vinyl at this point. In other news, Pac-Man 256 just came out for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. For you guys that don't know, basically Pac-Man 256 is pretty much designated as a title because in the original arcade version of Pac-Man, once you get to level 2256, the game will crash on you with an instant kill screen because it was not programmed to handle players going to multiple levels. And yes, I had to talk like the comic collector guy from The Simpsons because that was an ultra geeky fact, but yes, it's true. They actually did make a Pac-Man 256 game from Namco. Originally, it's a freebie for if you guys have like an Android or an iPhone, download for free on those devices and play it. And yes, you will see what the game was supposed to be like past 256. So it's technically Pac-Man 2, but as a retro comedy style. So basically, Pac-Man 256 is the original Pac-Man as Gremlins 2 was the original Gremlins. Well, anyway, back to the workout. As you guys can see here, I'm actually doing some resistance band squats or back squats. And it kind of simulates doing a hack squat machine in the gym, but a lot less stress in your lower back, as you can see right here with the bands. But yeah, make sure you're lined up right, otherwise you may still snap some stuff up or you may get a bad cramp in your neck. But yeah, it's a good way to really kill your quads. So I decided to go ahead and superset that with some resistance band calf raises. And oh yeah, the Pac-Man game, one nice little feature to add to the PC, Xbox, PS4 version, even though now you gotta pay $5 for it via digital downloads, but now it can be 4 players, and of course improve graphics and make it look more like modern games of today. Well, anyway, after doing that superset, went to another superset, so now I'm doing superset of resistance band leg curls, right after doing resistance band leg extensions. Alright guys, it was a relatively short video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched it all the way through, until next time, peace out, and please rate, comment, and subscribe.